Hey, how's it going? So today we're unboxing UME, a connected outdoor light, LED light. So it's basically a nice LED light that goes outside, 31 watts. It has a, okay, so it's 3,000 lumens, and you pick between three different colors, 2700, and usually the one in the middle is right around like 4,000 K, and then the more blue one will be the 6,500 K Kelvin. Here's a smart app that you will use called Tuya Smart, and it comes with the little QR stickers to download. It goes from 3 to 59 feet with a 180 degrees sensing. So this will actually hook up to your phone and I believe Wi-Fi, because you could hook this up to like Alexa. Thought that was pretty creative and cool. I mean, I'm not sure when you actually need this to be a smart Wi-Fi type light. I guess my case scenario would be maybe you could set up some type of a routine. So if your doorbell rings or your doorbell senses something, then it would turn this side light on, or stuff like that. Cause usually these lights I would just like let them stay on, all the time. But I've seen some people where they put cameras in their backyard or some type of sensor in the backyard, and then they don't want the light on 24/7 in the backyard, right? So you can maybe daisy chain this to something. So like if a camera, like a Wise camera senses something, and Alexa, you probably combine it together. And once the camera picks up motion, then it can turn on the light, LED light. Or if you're just sitting outside with Alexa, then you can say, Alexa, change the color of the light. You always have that option. Okay, here's a manual. Pretty decently chunk manual here. So you can do set your times from 1 minute, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, from dusk to dawn. There's a testing mode, of course. This is how you screw it in. Make sure you do caulk the back side before installing. Of course, make sure you cut off your breaker. Just kind of skim through this. Here's the app. Log in, verification. Then you have to add the device. So this one seems to be Bluetooth, so I wonder how this connected to Alexa. Huh. See, it says it works with Alexa, so I assume it has Wi-Fi built in. But I guess this is saying it uses a mesh Bluetooth type. Okay. I didn't know that Alexa would control Bluetooth, but I guess maybe it controls it through your phone. So maybe your phone has to be tied to it. That part I'm just a little bit unsure of. But once I install this, I'll let you know in the comments. I'll keep you updated. All right. So here's the unit itself. Comes with your screws and your mounting hardware. Let's take that middle part out. Very nicely, securely packaged. I like that. Okay. Comes with a little foam backing, so don't lose this. This really kind of helps protect it from bugs and stuff to come into. Yeah, I got stuck in there. Okay. Get that out. So it's almost kind of I wouldn't say water protection. It's more just, I think, keep the bugs out. And that's it. Nice little thick box. Okay, so put that over there. Let's unwrap this. So this, you do have to pay attention to the way it's mounted, because this box is I think it's more like for like, I don't know, maybe the Eastern countries, overseas type country, because this is to be mounted on a wall vertically, right? Usually here in the States, they mount it under the roof or hanging and stuff like that. So it's usually horizontal mounting, right? Does that make sense? So usually this is on the ceiling. But these are usually, when you buy it off Amazon, you have to be careful and pay attention, because the way these are is pretty much to mount vertically on the wall, not on the ceiling, right? So you have to make sure it fits your situation. Luckily, this one does kind of rotate a little bit. So like if my situation will be on the ceiling, so I just have to rotate this here, right? So that it'll do the sensing. And then this would, I'm not really sure this would actually work. I might have to just buy a different box to put this in. Okay, it'll work, I think. And then you rotate, and then it'll be kind of like a side mount like that, if that makes sense. So the sensor is, it's not optimal because it's better to be underneath the light, being able to see stuff. So now it's almost in front of the light. So it's kind of weird like that. It's hard to explain, but so it's going to be in front of the light. If the light's not being in optimal position because they were kind of more slanted sideways, which is, you know, in certain situations fine, because the light beam spreads is decent enough that it just works. So let me get this here. Okay. See, so that's how it's gonna be mounted under the ceiling. So it'll be like that. So the sensor is right here, almost like kind of like the corner basically, and then the light would just beam off to the side of the light, where the sensing light, right? If that makes sense. So the beam spread will probably be like from here, so that you get a little overlap here, and then it'll come out like that. So that's not really how they prefer, but you know, it still works. But that's just for my situation. So, you know, you just have to pay attention when you order stuff like this to make sure it's at the right position, if you want horizontal or vertical mounting. But, you know, I'm able to get this to work. All right. So the quality of this is pretty nice. I mean, I would say it's pretty nice. It's pretty premium. I mean, it's nice. Everything's metal housing. Looks like stainless steel screws. Very nice plastic for the diffuser with the nice pattern inside to help diffuse the light. And just the little touches of just this little indentation bezels and stuff, you know, it's a nice detail. I would say the quality of this is pretty premium. It has a little scan, so you can scan. From there you can just set timers. So this I will have to flip later, because as you can see it says this side down, so I just have to rotate this inside by loosening this little bolt right here. Even this is metal, huh? Yeah. Well, that's plastic, but everything else is metal housing. This part's plastic. This is plastic. Of course, plastic there. But the light itself, everything's all nice and metal with little fins for heat letting out the heat. Technical difficulties. English is hard. But yeah, quality is pretty nice, I would say. Of course, here's all your wiring. Green is the ground. All right, and then here's a little foam piece to kind of keep the bugs out. All right, any questions or comments? Leave it below, and I'll see you on the next one. Again, this is the Smart Outdoor LED Light from UME.